Isaac, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, Ryan. Yourself? Good evening.
Good evening. I'll tell you why I'm outside, but let's first introduce our guest. So this is Danny. Danny is with Sovranti, a gaming platform that we really enjoy playing games on with me and Aaron and people that we know, friends and family that may not live close enough to game at the same table. Danny, how are you?
Good. How are you? For a second there, I must have had too many windows of this open where I was hearing you multiple times. I was like,
Oh,
whoa,
really?
but it's all good now. So I'm good.
Ryan
How are you?
Ryan in stereo is terrible. So that's what I hear.
Oh, that's
So
great.
so I'm outside, Isaac. I'm
Why are
outside.
you outside? Yes.
I didn't tell you about this. I told Danny. So I'm outside because we are refacing our cabinets in our kitchen, and when you live someplace for 7 years, apparently you can accumulate 2 rooms full of stuff in those cabinets. So we removed them all yesterday of night, and it filled the game room and part of another room. So I have no space anyway. So,
It just kept on
So you're
piling.
outside.
so I'm in the backyard.
That's
So
fair. That's fair.
you'll hear,
Looks like a nice night.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice. I'm getting eaten alive by bugs, but that's fine. That's the South. You'll hear there are people who speed up the street because they think it's a drag strip because it's 35 miles an hour here.
Sure,
So
makes
you'll
sense.
hear that at some point. Um, you'll hear a lot of stuff out here, lots of birds. So anyway,
That's fair.
Well, to be
Yeah.
honest, when you first answered, I thought it was like one of the picture backgrounds. I was like, oh, it's so nice. I'm like, oh, that's
oh
your actual
yeah, like a
backyard. It
cool
looks
picture
really nice.
background. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's my actual backyard. Yeah, it's a little blurry so that you don't see how bad of a job I do at lawn
That's
care.
fair.
So,
Well, I
mhm.
missed out on the pregame
So
chat
how's
tonight. Tonight was literally a stumble into the door and and get going. So we're here. We're
yeah,
ready to
yeah.
go.
You're here. It's all that
What are we
matters.
talking
We're
about
here.
tonight?
We're gonna make it happen. So we are happening. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. A fly is dying on my
Wow.
little patio table right here. So
Oh no.
good stuff. Tonight, we are talking about digital board games, games that have made that leap from analog sitting on your table to digital. Some of the ones that we really enjoy, some of the ones that kind of have surprised us, and then we're going to be talking to Danny about sovereignty and what sovereignty brings to the table in the digital board gaming space. So
For sure.
yeah.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So
Ooh,
you have
can
a
I
first
can I
question,
throw out?
Isaac?
I
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Let me throw it out. So we are talking about board games and apps, but I want
Mhm.
to kind of throw out what's your favorite non-board game app, game. I said game initially, but I mean maybe if you don't play a game, like what consumes some of your your downtime, your free time as far
Mhm.
as the app
Mhm.
world goes that's non-board game related.
Yep.
The app world. All right. Well, to be honest, it's Zillow. So
Okay.
if you don't know what Zillow is, it's like
Yeah.
you look for houses, you put in all, like how much you want to pay, how many bedrooms, things like that. We are not in the housing market, but I still find my time being sucked away by
There we go.
Zillow and
That's
just
awesome.
browsing to see what's out there. It's like
Yeah.
Tiny
Yeah.
Towns, but like in real life.
I love
That's
that.
funny.
Do you know Tiny Towns? Have you checked out Zillow?
Have
So
you played Zillow? You played? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you
It
played
sounds like a game.
well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you picked something like Zillow because I was thinking originally about games. What's my favorite game app? But then I realized that one of my favorite apps is actually a thing called Paprika, which is a storage app for all your recipes. So a couple years ago,
Oh.
it's probably about
Nice.
4 years ago or so, I wanted to develop something to put in all my recipes that I like really enjoyed cooking. And I was like,
Mhm.
there's got to be something out there. No lie, looked it up, found Paprika a couple years ago. I'm a huge fan. If you cook it all, this thing is amazing. You get to you're making chocolate frosting here, and you can actually click the ingredients. You can modify how much you're making, and then click the ingredients as you use them, and it crosses them off.
Ah.
The app works really, really well, and it's even got a cookbook a shopping checklist. And as I go through the aisles, I'm just checking it off, and it categorizes everything by aisle. So,
Ooh, that's nice.
yeah,
I like it.
It's pretty good.
I like it.
So, yep.
I'm 5 years into an app that everybody played when it first came out, and then slowly dissipated out, and there's still a ton of people playing it. I still love Pokemon Go. Like I didn't grow up with the Pokemon craze. It's kind of a generation below me.
Yep.
But one of the guys I work with, we still play it. So we trade, we raid. Like the game is like, if you haven't touched it for a couple of years, it's so different. Like there's gym battles, there's bosses, you can combat each other. Like I love it. I know people that play it like hardcore still, but it's a fun game. So that's my kind of guilty pleasure app when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just catch a couple of Pokemon. And honestly, I've learned so much about random places. When we were in Mexico, I was looking at like some different stops. I'm like, oh, did you know that this place here was founded in this year, and it was this thing? Like it's got
that's cool.
Each of the stops have kind of fun little facts on them. So
they're accidentally.
I don't think I knew that.
Things.
Yeah.
Yes. You're absorbing information.
Yeah.
I am. I'm playing a game, having a little fun, learning a little history.
Yeah, Rick's got those necessary hashtags: not a sponsor, need a sponsor, and give us money. So.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, you are wearing the 25th century hat. So
I'm wearing the. Do you want to see something embarrassing? Something that will be corrected tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Did you shave your head? Oh.
This, guys. That is a lot of hair.
It's a little bit of hair.
It's
a good problem to have, sir.
I like how Isaac thought that shaving your head could be corrected in 24 hours. That's impressive.
Isaac doesn't know how shaved heads work.
No, not yet. Give me a few years. I'll be there.
That's funny. So, I got to get a haircut tomorrow. So, I've been hiding it under this hat for about a week and a half. So, yep.
That's the point where you're like, eh.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. And it gets bad because like I have to tuck it into the hat because it's flying out this way. Anyway, so back onto digital board gaming. So what was one of the first digital board games that you can actually remember playing? Something that you had either played in person or knew about and you saw it, and whether it was an app or online environment. What was one of the first digital board games you played?
So the first time I ever played was actually when I started with Sovranti. I've played board games before that, but I didn't honestly know that there was a whole digital realm out there. Like I didn't know certain games had their own app. I didn't know that there was Steam. Like I was so new to it all that like I just learned as I was with Sovranti. So my first one was Sushi Go Party with Sovranti.
Okay. Yeah.
When I started with them 2 years ago now, which feels like forever ago. But I was a newbie, but now I love it. So.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I think my first experience with a digital version of a board game would have to be Ticket to Ride. I had like, it was one of the kids' tablets, and I downloaded it out of the Google Play Store. It was probably 8 or 9 years ago, and so we would pass it around. We would do pass and play mode, and it worked really well. I mean, it was one of those things where if we went on a trip or we were out somewhere, we could still play Ticket to Ride and not need a board. So it was a really fun experience. So
I love that app. I still
it's really good. Yeah,
because it became very easy for us to like everybody get your device out, and it's network connectivity too, right? So we could all sit on the couch and play it, and it was quick. And I love Ticket to Ride app. So I was going to use that one. Saw you had it, so I came up with the next like board game app I could think of that I played. And I remember early on playing the app version of Dominion, when it came out, and
Nice.
it was smooth enough to play. But I found Dominion to be a game that I really enjoyed, like actually being able to shuffle the cards and have them in my hand. So it kind of felt like it took away from the experience, which we can talk about that with a lot of different games, the takeaways and the gives with digital versions. But I do remember that one has had a presence online for quite a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. Yeah, Dominion. I've never played the digital version of Dominion. So, and I honestly, I've played Dominion a handful of times, but that was like not my favorite deck builder. You know, I know that's where a lot of people started. But it was one of those. I played it back in the day, and I was like, yeah, this is fine. So, but I really enjoyed deck builders like Clan, Quest for El Dorado, and stuff like that way better. So. But cool. Okay, so what is the next question? I've got Bob and Rick. Somebody else comment other than people that I know. So
yeah, that'd be great, especially Rick.
So Bob was with you, Danny. Nice green screen effect. That looks like your backyard. He's seen my backyard. He knows it's my backyard. So and then Rick says some version of Yahtzee when I was like in high school. So
okay.
That's right. Yeah, like a Yahtzee app. I mean, I remember like early apps having stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, the little like handheld things you could get right there. The black. I remember having a Yahtzee of that. We had a Wheel of Fortune one that was like yay big. You could spin like a little fake wheel on it.
That was one of my favorite. It was the wide handheld.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite handheld. Yes. That was one of my favorite handheld devices, and I lost it when I was a teenager, and I hated it because it played so well. Like it was really, really good. So
of course, we're looking back with rose-colored glasses at that kind of stuff. So.
I know it played really well. Probably a piece of garbage.
The best. Yeah, I can't say I ever tried.
I gave my daughter a Tamagotchi, and she's not used to the old school like
Pixel.
What is it? The
pixel art.
No, the screens, the old school like just
LCD.
crystal. It's not LCD, like OLED, not the OLED. Yeah, the old school screens. She was like, "Why does it disappear when I turn it slightly like up and down?" And I'm like, "Well, because the technology sucks, and it's like 40 years old. So, but whatever. Don't worry about that. Just look at it straight on and don't move your head." So
that's funny.
Yep.
Handle with care.
Yeah. So, we're talking about games, getting them on the table, but playing the digital version can feel a lot different, like Isaac said, talking about liking the shuffling of Dominion. So what do you look like when you're choosing? What do you look at when you're choosing to play a digital version of a board game? What are some criteria that you usually look into?
Yeah, so kind of like what you said with Ticket to Ride of like being portable, like that is the best thing, right? Like I don't have to be at home. I don't have to bring my bigger games with me. It's just right there like on my phone. And that's like probably the first thing I look for is, can I play it anywhere? And I just want to play a game right now. Like I don't have the game with me, I just want to set it up and play. Yep. And then crunchy math, because I'm not so good at math. So when it handles those things for me, it's like cherry on top for me. Basically just like enhancing the game. Like we all love games, like looking for ways to like enhance it. So like playing it anywhere, or like doing little math for me, like in Skull King, you two know Skull King. All the little
Skull King.
Did you have a loot? Did you have, like it just does it all for me.
And you're asking like 30 questions
you
and
can
writing
just focus
everything
on your trash talk instead of the math. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bob says removing fiddliness. That's a good one. That removing that, I've got to pull these cubes over here and then move this cube and then take these tokens and
Yeah. Or I forgot. Wait, what do I?
Yeah. Yeah. I like it when there can actually be some automation in there where you're not going to forget.
Yeah.
So I would say anything that requires a long setup or has a lot of components. A couple examples, Aaron and I got into during the pandemic. We got into playing Luxor almost every night for a while, because Luxor wasn't a game that we owned, and the setup of that, you're shuffling tiles, and then certain tiles go out first, and then you have over, and then you do this, and you've got to order the deck of cards, and there's 3 different stacks and all this. Like, we could play 3 games of Luxor in an hour and a half, you know. And that was nice. Another one is Isle of Cats on the tee. Isle of Cats is, I've played it twice in person, but I much prefer playing out on Sovereign, getting done with the game in 35 minutes and not having to clean up anything. So it's kind of nice.
Yes.
So spend more time gaming, less time putting things away.
Yeah, and that's like, I saw what you'd written because we have our show notes, and I thought some similar stuff, but then I want to take it to the other end. Like, I do like having something where it's like, okay, I didn't have to set all that up. Like, I totally agree, that's awesome. But we play a ton of quick party games with, and we'll talk a little bit about playing with people not near you, but like your Sushi Go, like stuff on BGA Colorado, Sushi Go, Go Nuts for Donuts, Ink and Gold, right? Like, I love
Ink and Gold's a good one. Yeah,
I want to play Ink and Gold digitally only. There's part of that is that fiddliness that we talked about, because the gems just auto like fill next card, fill, right? Like, that part's awesome. And some of that like automated stuff is probably one of the reasons I do enjoy it. But like a heavy game, I don't want to go on TTS and play like Lisboa. I really don't. Like, I want that in front of me. But I do agree that something like Isle of Cats that has lots of pieces, well, that feels a little better, right? To kind of, if you're looking for a speed, or quicker play or something like that.
Yeah, I think some of the, Skull King is an interesting one, because I feel like Skull King, you talk so much junk in Skull King, but a digital version of it is, so I guess I'm comparing Skull King to Downforce. We talk a lot of trash about Downforce, like around the table when we play Downforce, but we also do it with Skull King. But it's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of Downforce online, but I'm a huge fan of Skull King online. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's interesting.
It's fair.
So, yeah. All right. So next question here. What is one of your favorite implementations of a digital board game?
Mine is Forbidden Desert, because I'm always the one, like in real life, I'm always the one I got put in charge of moving the pieces and adding sand. And there are a handful of times each game that I forget to like move one of them, or we're like, wait, did we flip that? Did we move that? And I love playing it on Sovereignty, how it just does it all for you. And I don't have to like focus too much on my character role. Like, wait, can I move diagonally? Like, is this my character? And it's like, oh yeah, like it tells you like where I can move. So I like it when it handles all that. And I love co-op games too. So I'm a sucker for Forbidden Desert.
That's cool.
In general.
So it all works, like hits all the bells for you.
Right. All combined works well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad is
trying to get
smack back to Rick.
Chad, what's up? Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Chad's got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, Chad. So my copy of Raw. You hold it up. You have it over there. Yep. So my copy of Raw is getting photographs finished. Bob is doing the photography for my preview of Raw. So
kicks tomorrow. Game found.
Yep. It's very, very good.
Stuff.
The art is
very
beautiful.
good.
So
yeah, it's gorgeous stuff.
Yes. So my favorite implementation game, and kind of for the same reasons why Dani likes Forbidden Desert, is all the keeping up with the little rules and keeping up with all the little everything. Rallyman GT on BGA is really good. The first time I ever played Rallyman, I played it on BGA, liked it so much, played it like 3 more times that week, and then went out and bought it. I love Rallyman on the table, but I will tell you that man, there's something about that BGA version that it just takes care of everything. If it's an illegal move, you aren't allowed to do it. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
you know?
I do like that about digital games, right? How many times I've learned playing digital versions of games, like, oh crap, I've been playing that wrong.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like, oh,
Me too.
I'm not
I
allowed to do
tested it.
that.
I'm like, this is wrong. And they're like, no, Danny, this is how the rules sit. I'm like,
No, this is the way
okay.
that's supposed to work. So
I'm like, I'm pretty sure. And they're like, no. Okay.
shout out to Rick in the comments. So Chad's reminding us that Rick wrote the rule book for Raw. So Rick has been doing, if you're a publisher watching, if you need somebody to check out your rule books, Rick has been doing some side work and taking on rule book writing on the side and has done a great job with it. So
Nice.
shout out to Rick.
I'm not even going to critique him. It was a very well done rule book, Rick.
It was.
It's very smooth. So
the haters are everywhere.
I literally said something nice about him.
I know. We're saying nice things.
So one of my favorite implementations, and it's funny, driving home, I was thinking we should have had the question the reverse way, right? Like, what's one of your favorite board games that started as a digital app? Because I had a couple in mind, or that were based off a video game. But my favorite app-based game, my daughter has probably played it 10 times as much as I have. She whoops me in this game. Physical, digital, it does not matter. I'm horrible compared to her, and that's Sagrada. The Sagrada app is beautiful. If you've never played it, it's super smooth. It feels like you're playing just an app-based game, like a Candy Crush or something. It does real well with asynchronous plays, group play, sitting around the couch at the same time.
Yeah,
love it, and it's beautiful, right? The game's beautiful, the board game's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
The app version of it shines as well. So I really enjoy Sagrada.
That's really cool.
That's one I've been meaning to try because I love Sagrada, but I haven't tried the app yet, and I really want to.
I haven't either. I think this may have sold me on checking out the app.
Yep.
So
I'm sold, Isaac.
Well, that's not normal. Isaac's usually the one who has to buy all the games after the show.
I bought 2 things today because of the stupid FOMO in these conversation groups that I'm in.
You bought Planet Unknown.
I bought Planet Unknown.
Yeah!
Now I'm gonna play it tonight, hopefully. On Sovranti.
Planet Unknown.
They had a limited amount of the deluxe with the playmats on GameFound, like pop today.
Yep.
And I think they're down to like 100 of them. I bought it all. I bought the playmats. I bought
what was the amount of money on that one?
It was less than $151, but more than $149.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
But you know what I'm doing? I'm selling games. I mean, I'm selling stuff. So that's kind of the cycle, right? We've actually been searching out of print games recently on eBay to see. I'm shocked at the prices that some of these out of print games have gone for.
That's
like crazy. I sold a couple. Bob and Derek and I have been looking at that, and Bob doesn't sell anything. He's got like a separate house full of games. But
no, he's got the house is made of games. It's literally.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Chad said one of his favorite tabletop games that started as a video game app, Dead Man's Draw. I actually didn't know that.
Okay.
Very cool. Yeah, Dead Man's Draw is good. So good card game. No, is that the right one? Yeah, that's a card game. Yeah, I played that.
One of my recently played is going to be a game that was a video game that is now video game that's now a board game. So I'll save that for the end.
Okay, cool. And then Rick, the Root app is pretty good. So
the Root app is super good. I agree.
That's good after all the crap I threw at Root a couple episodes ago. So I felt bad about that afterwards. So.
Anyway. We got a call.
I haven't tried Root yet. So. I still need to play Root. I've watched streams of it and stuff.
I'm not gonna say anything. No, it's fine. It's not a game for me. So, and that's fine with me.
And that's fine. Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So, digital gaming, and the pandemic. We tried a lot of different things during the pandemic. We tilted our cameras down to dice and through Yahtzee rolls with people on Zoom. We played on BGA. We played on Sovereignty. We played drawing games across the internet. We played what was it? Fibbage and all those games.
Yeah, all the Jackbox games.
All the Jackbox games.
Yeah.
So how did digital gaming help you during the pandemic, Dani?
Well, I'm extremely extroverted and I love being around people, so it was hard. But we have game night every Tuesday, and honestly, that really helped me. Just like connecting with people, talking, playing games, doing something other than the normal of just kind of hanging around, with just myself, honestly.
Yeah,
having conversation.
I lived alone, so there's a handful of family that I still saw just who lived. But other than that, it was helpful to have game night and just playing games. And then my parents live like across the country from me, so and they have no idea what Discord is. So we played quite a lot on Sovereignty because you can use in-app voice chat.
Yep.
So like everything from like hearts, because they're more classic card game gamers. And then, but don't worry, I slowly got them into a few other board games.
Nice.
So
nice.
Now they play Isle of the Cats, believe it or not.
Very nice. That's awesome.
Nice transition.
I know.
Really
I was like, and how about, we slowly got them there, and how about we try Isle of the Cats? Okay.
Yeah, I love it. It's such a well done. And honestly, like on Sovereignty, playing it as the family edition is like super no-brainer, right? Like it's super, super easy to jump into that for somebody that's maybe apprehensive, right? Of learning a game. But it's
take a cat and put it on your boat.
I know.
That's
so
Put
nice.
the families together if you can. You get more points that way.
Yeah.
So,
nice. Yeah. That pun was terrible, Isaac. You should know better.
What did I say? The family version?
So apprehensive.
It was definitely unintentional, Sarah.
Good one.
Oh, come on. Come
on.
It
was 100. It's been too long of a day for that to be intentional.
Oh, yeah, right.
It wasn't about that.
So,
it's getting pretty dark over there, Ryan.
Yeah, right.
I would say, yeah, I know it. Well, it's kind of weird now because like I'm sitting I'm like super lit up here and it just now I'm just feeling weird about
what do your neighbors think?
So I wish Aaron would come up with like one of your horror masks and a knife like behind you and just
oh jeez. Don't give her ideas. She's probably watching this. No, she's not watching.
Aaron,
no.
If you're there.
Our wives don't watch, let's be honest.
That's true. They're like finally we have an hour away from them.
You're basically babysitting us for our wives. So
happy to be here.
Exactly, Dani. Thank you for taking on this responsibility
Jason
that you
and
didn't know.
Every game night, I got it. So yeah.
There we go. Yeah, you know how this goes.
That's awesome.
I think the digital gaming helped me reconnect with coworkers. Like we used to have so many game days at work during lunch, and then it just disappeared. And so being able to reconnect with coworkers over the pandemic and playing games with them was really, really solid. So, and even people who lived farther away that I wasn't seeing them anyway, it just gave us an excuse to game online. So having some digital games. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I got to see some of our some of our other Game with Sidekick guys being able to do that. Like we even set up with my buddy Stuart and his wife, and my wife, we played Orleans one night, like, and just mirrored everybody's moves on their other boards.
Really?
Like it was, it felt involved, but it was also like, what else are we gonna do? Right? Like we've got all this time.
Why not?
I got furloughed for like 5 months, and it felt awesome at first, and then after a while, it was kind of like, I understand why people that are retired get bored because there was nothing I could go do. I had my family here, so we got to play with my family. I was super blessed to be able to have a family that loved to play games. But between Bob and Derek and I, actually, we spent, hours upon hours play testing some of his games on TTS. So we spent a ton of time on TTS just taking his games apart, testing them, playing them. So the digital board game kind of helped develop friendships that had distance, that we got to just spend a lot of time and do life together, right? And that's what all this
That's
is
cool.
about, right? That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's really cool. So, Danny, we're going to ask you about sovereignty. You are the person who knows all about sovereignty, and you're going to share it with our audience. Myself, I actually I knew about sovereignty because I had seen the Summer Olympics last summer that were all over social media. And then I got to meet you. I got to meet you at Origins, and you guys are just so, like, the staff at Sovereignty is so kind, and just, it was so cool to get to meet you all. And immediately I was like, whatever they're selling, I want to play with it. So tell us about Sovereignty.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna try not to make this too much of a spiel. But okay, so main thing about Sovereignty is we really try to make it approachable for everyone. You can play cross-platform, you can play on whatever device you have, phones, tablets, computers, and we hope it's easy to use. It's always going to tell you what's going on. It's all the games are rules enforced, so if you don't know a game, you can learn as you play. You can select everything that's highlighted green, and you can get through a game. You might not win, but you can play along and maybe learn as you go. That being said, I know there are people that like to read the rule books. Those are also in the app, should you want them. I'm one of those people. But no, you can download it. You can play on iOS, Android, PC, Mac, and it's all cross-platform. So if you're on a phone, someone can be like many states away, countries away, and they can be on a computer. You can all play together. So you can stay connected with people who are distant. I mentioned before, like, I voice chat with my parents. It's all in app, so you don't have to use multiple different apps. You can just go to one place, play games. It's free, so that's good.
Also
there's
benefit.
always something free to play. Those games will rotate. But I do have a code for you to unlock the entire library. So everybody drum roll, please.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you can use the code
game.
Thank you. You can use the code game chat inside the app. So the app's going to be free to download, and then you enter that code in the app, and you get to unlock all of the games for free for 60 days. And everyone at your table can play all of those games too, and just have fun, play. We're just trying to spread the word of the board games. Like me, I didn't even know digital really existed, and now I love board games even more than when I started. We don't have all of these games on our app, but I love them. I love playing games too, and we're just trying to bring more people to the hobby. And so that's what we're here for. And,
well, you guys put Dice Miners on the app. That's a game that I wasn't able to get a hold of, and I haven't played the physical version yet, even though Bob has it. But I was so thankful to be able to play that, and I started playing it, introduced it to Bob. Bob fell in love with it, and then my son was watching us play it over my shoulder one day, and he was like, I want to play it. I was like, log into Mom's Sovereignty account. Let's go. And so Dice Miners, I mean, we would play that night after night after night. It's so much fun.
we love to hear that. We partner with all of our publishers, which is so like Atlas Games, who made Dice Miner, for example, and all of our other publishers. Like, we love to hear those stories. Like, we love physical board games too, we want you to support those publishers, and we want to be here if you can't get together, or if you want to try something new before you buy it, or if you want a community. Like, we're here to be a community for you. I'm always there to help. If you contact us, I'm probably the one that answers you. So it's me. This is us.
Well, I love the community that you all are building. Tuesday nights, like you mentioned, Tuesday nights are game night. I never make it because we have a prior commitment every Tuesday night.
It's fine, Ryan.
Tuesday nights, if you want a community game with, jump onto Sovereignty, download the app, get ready for Tuesday night, because they've got tables and there are going to be people who will teach you how to play. So.
Talk about what you have next Tuesday, because I was looking at the calendar earlier today. I saw you got a game with a designer, right?
Yeah. So Planet Unknown, actually, we're playing next Tuesday, so not tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm playing Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber with Seppi, who's also the publisher of that game. And then the following, which was May 10th, we're playing Planet Unknown with Adam Ryberg. He is the
awesome.
designer and publisher of Planet Unknown. So come hang out. We can teach
That's
it.
awesome.
I am seriously obsessed with Planet Unknown. I will teach it to anybody that wants to learn it.
I love it.
So seriously, if you
It's
want to
really
learn
good.
and play,
It's
I
really
hear that
good.
from a lot of people. We had a question from Chad in there about the creation of the games.
Let's see. Chad asking, how are the games created in the app? Do publishers build them, or does Sovranti help with that?
Yeah, so all of the games are developed by our Sovranti developers. So we work with the publishers. We have all the art assets, everything like that. So it's going to look exactly how it would look in person, but just online. Like we use the exact same things that they give us. And then our developers program it to do all rules enforced. We do the testing to make sure that it's all good. We run it by the publishers again to make sure we're staying true to what they want. You know, like this is their game. This is what they're publishing. We want to make sure that we're putting it out there in digital the way that they want it. So yeah, our developers do it all, but they're closely tied to the whole process.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Very cool. So you guys check out Sovranti. That's where I go to play Skull King when I can't play it in person. That's where I go to teach. What now?
It's where you lose at Skull King. You said
that's actually true. I do lose at Skull King a lot.
I need to play with your group. So
Really?
many of you,
Okay.
like between One More Family Gaming with Sidekicks, and is it? I think who else is in your group that like loves Skull King? Somebody else has come up.
Derek over at Board Game
Yes.
Spotlight.
Thank you. Everybody I talk to from your friend group is like,
it's so aggressive.
Now I need to play with you though.
Oh yeah,
because this is my game. So...
Nothing but trash talk in that game.
I feel like this needs to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like this needs to happen. So
Tuesday night really good.
So, okay, so we're going to end up in the show on talking about 5 digital board games that we would suggest to you, the viewer. This is not a top 5 list, but these are 5 games that we play often, or are just like, man, if you haven't played it, you got to get in time to play it. Yeah. So, let's start with you, Dani. What you got?
All right. Do you want me to do all 5?
Do one. We'll each do one and come back around. Yeah.
I have to start with the Sovranti community favorite of Sushi Go Party Golf.
Okay.
Now, if you've played Sushi Go Party, it's a wonderful game.
Mm-hmm.
We have switched it where you try to get the lowest score. It adds a passive aggressive feel to it, but it's so much fun. And I don't know, you're just trying to get the lowest score. It's just a different mechanic. You're trying to.
It is, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
It feels different.
If you haven't ever played it before, you definitely should. We play it every month on one of the game nights during the month because we love it so much, and we never get bored of it.
Sushi Go Party is great. Sushi Go Party Golf is fantastic.
Yes,
so it's a lot of fun.
So that's my number 1.
Nice. I'm going to go with Dice Miner on Sovranti. It is a dice rolling game, and you're going to draft these dice out of a really cool digital mountain, and you're going to screw over other opponents and throw terrible dice their way, and
Absolutely.
be like, hey, let me share this beer with you, and toss a dice their way. It's really fun. It's really aggressive at times, and it's a lot of fun to play. That is a game that I'll eventually own the real version, the physical version, but until then, Dice Miner on Sovranti, that's where I'm going to be. So
it's fair. Cool. I love it. I got to go with the one I already mentioned, and that's Sagrada. I already talked about it, but easy, quick. If you've never played the game, like all of these games are great intros to the game, right? Just to see, hey, do I like this? Do I not?
Yeah,
Sagrada is a great pickup for that.
Nice.
Yep. Cool.
So all right. 4.
My next one, I think, is Planet Unknown Solo. Again, I'm obsessed with this game. You can play it very quickly on Sovranti. Like, we do all the setup and everything. So it's very quick. And we do like competitions on our Discord. So if you're looking for a competition other than between yourself, because it's a solo mode where you're kind of competing a little bit more with your scores.
Okay.
And so if you're looking to compete against other people, we kind of set up the planet, set up the corporation, and then you compete against it's just for fun.
Nice.
But I love the solo.
Yeah, if you are just if you're around board game Facebook or board game Twitter, and you see a bunch of screenshots of, if you see pictures of Planet Unknown, it's fulfilling right now. People are getting their copies and playing it. It's a fantastic experience on the tabletop. But Sovereignty has actually had it. You've had it on there since the fall, right?
We've had it on there for like a year and a half now.
What? So it's been out there for a while.
Shortly after it kind of kick-started is when we kind of started development. And so, we've been playing it for, I feel like people are starting to figure it out, but for so long, I'm like, I feel like we have this hidden gem that people haven't found yet. And I'm like, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. Now that it's like coming out, more people are starting to see it. They're like, wait, that's on Sovereignty. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's been there for a while. You should come check it out. Sovereignty.com.
It's a veteran. It's a veteran.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. It's a good one.
So I'm going to go with you're a jerk for changing the line on. Anyway, do you guys hear the loud motorcycle that's running up and down the street?
I was just waiting for it to jump behind
there
you.
It is.
I can hear it.
Hear it? Yeah. We're waiting for it to be Aaron behind you.
Aaron on a motorcycle with a hatchet.
Or a chainsaw. I don't know. It kind of sounds very similar. That's not the case.
That's funny. So my next one is Dice Forge. Dice Forge is a really cool dice building game. It's on BGA, and if you've ever played, I got Dice Forge years ago, and you're basically snapping these sides onto a die and swapping them out and battling these creatures. It's got a really cool theme and really cool feel, and just like Bob said earlier in the show, it takes away the fiddliness of having to pop off the sides of the dice, and hopefully things don't fall all over the place. You're playing online, you're not going to lose any pieces. You don't have to spend 20 minutes repackaging the game. Dice Forge on BGA is really solid if you ever want to check that game out. So it's a dice builder. So.
Very nice, very nice. My next one is going to be another one that it is funny. It's another one my daughter just whoops me at, and we play the app a lot, and that's Potion Explosion. The app,
Potion Explosion app,
and it definitely feels very much like a Candy Crush thing, but it's not. It's still the Potion Explosion with the potions and mixing, and I just can't. Like, I get playing that, and it's they give me like there, Dad, it's okay, you'll do better next time, and I just get trounced in that game. But such a fun watching the marbles click, clack, boom, explode. Like, they did an amazing job with that one, that you would play it and assume that it was an app-based game that got turned into a board game instead of the other way around.
Cool. That's one game that my kids will be like, hey, want to play Potion Explosion app? I'm like, you want to play a game? Yeah, of course. I'll always play a game.
Always play.
I can't say no.
Exactly. So, what's your next one?
All right, the next one is, these are all Sovereignty, by the way.
Okay.
Just in case you haven't.
Yeah, it's great. You got to highlight them.
The one I gave a little nod to earlier is Forbidden Desert, because it's a great co-op game, whether you're starting in the hobby or if you've been around. Like, I love playing it. And then, like I said, online, it handles all those things for you. So, like, it's going to move the tiles. It's not going to, like, let you forget, whatever. So, I like it. Easy to use, quick to play, and I just love the game in general. So, it enhances. So,
it's awesome.
Forbidden Desert's my favorite out of that lineup. So,
it's very interesting hearing people's opinions, because sometimes people have, like, this one is the best. And then sometimes I hear Forbidden Desert more often. I'll hear that more often, I think. But
I like Forbidden Desert. I think that's the one that's challenged me the most.
Yeah,
so
it's hard. If you like set it up for you, it's very difficult if you want it to be like. So. Yeah.
What's the third one? I can't remember what it's called.
It's Sky, Island, and Desert.
Yeah,
Forbidden Sky, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're all, I think, like connected in like the storyline. Like one you
Really?
leave off
So-
the island. Yeah, like
Oh, I didn't
is
even
it
realize that.
the sky you leave? One of them you leave with the helicopter. Well, the helicopter is the one that crashes in the desert,
Yep.
and so they're all kind of like a little like connected.
Okay. I didn't know
I think
that.
there's a little bit of a story there. But
Storyline to it.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
I might be wrong.
That's cool.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But,
So my next one is Space Base. It's on BGA, and Space Base, I think it might still be in beta. I don't know, but Space Base is such a fun. I love Space Base. It's
a good one.
just such a good game, and I love that I can play Space Base and not have to reshuffle the cards, resort everything, put it all back in the package, and
For sure.
where'd that one card go? Why isn't it here? And I don't have to take up an entire table. So Aaron and I will play Space Base sitting in bed at night and just talk smack to each other as we try to challenge each other in building awesome rocket ships. So
it's a good game.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
We already talked about one of my favorite games from Grandpa Beck's that's over on Sovranti, but my secret favorite is Cover Your Assets.
Oh,
Good game.
Cover Your Assets is so much meaner than you would
is.
ever assume it is.
is.
Cover Your Kingdom is fine. The reimplementation that the son Jeff did, it's full of fun puns and silly
Mhm.
characters, but give me like OG Cover Your Assets all day.
It's hardcore.
When we play that game with anybody that plays it, and you bet back forth, we splash the cards. So when we give them to somebody, we throw them so that you can see, oh look, there was a gold hiding in there, so that you target that person next. Like we've metagamed this thing to like, I mean, I've one time I've seen somebody win it in the first round with $1 million. Like
What?
it was, yeah, it's doable.
I got very close one time.
But
Oh.
they just lit us up. It is such an aggressive, fun. I like games that have some push, take that aggression that don't overstay their welcome.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, let's play this. It's 20 minutes. We can walk away and laugh about it. There's not going to be arguing, but there's going to be a lot of back and forth. Get ready. Buckle in. Cover Your Assets is going to give you an adventure. And Sovereignties, it's perfect. Like it's right there. Easy, stacked, go after, shows you how to play the cards and use
different
them.
settings.
I love that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love that too. Yeah,
Really
absolutely.
good.
Yeah, customize your game just like in real life.
That's right.
Sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what's your next one, Dani?
All right. My next one, which we already have talked about, and what you just hinted at, Isaac, is Skull King. It's my game. What can I say?
Yeah.
So and that's saying a lot for me because I don't often win. Like I looked at my
fair.
stats the other day and I'm at like a 40% win. I'm like, oh, I just
That's
like
really
to be there
good.
for fun. I'm just
It's
there for
actually pretty
chatting.
good when you're
Actually
playing
pretty
against
solid.
a bunch of them. Yeah, 40%.
Oh.
I looked at my stats the other day. I'm only at 40%. I only
I'm
win
like
40%
80%
of the time.
win. Okay, I don't think that's a lot. Maybe it's because I don't
That's
know.
pretty solid. Especially if it's a game.
Anyway.
That's right. If it's a game you play a lot,
I
especially,
I love Skull King.
My overall
one of my
stats for like 4 years of tracking my gaming is 39%. So
okay, yeah, mine's not
every
that
game
long though.
ever.
I just started this year,
Okay.
so that's not a fair
check mine right now.
Okay. What's yours? Is
well,
it
now
39?
maybe mine's a little too
All right,
high. Maybe
everybody
I was
look at
just
your
like
number. Mine's
I
at
was
39. I checked it yesterday.
trying to brag.
Overall, since you started using this thing?
Yeah, which was started using BG
Yeah,
stats
it's 40.
in 2019. No,
Okay,
28. So 2018.
43% for me.
43%.
I'm probably around the same time.
Yeah,
also,
but you've been playing longer too. So
I have. I also track like CCG games when I was playing those a little more, so that definitely helps.
Okay.
Take a 50-50 shot of winning, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay.
If you would stop playing Aaron in Friday night fights so much, your win percentage.
Friday night fight. Aaron's on a winning streak, and let's just say that we have some new entries into Friday night fight. This showed up today. Holy mackerel! So
is there a mini with them?
There's a mini. It's like it's not a mini. This is a giant.
Oh
piece of
no, I
plastic.
mean a certain scientist mini. I thought there was one. Oh, that's
It's
beautiful.
a gigantic T-Rex.
Do
So,
you paint or?
I do,
like-
but I won't paint my unmatched stuff.
Okay.
I
Gotcha.
just I like the wash finish too much, and I'm afraid I'd mess
Okay.
it up. So
That's fair.
Gotcha.
I can't do it. So I did get the other mini, but it was not in the box. So I'm asking.
Fair enough.
I'm
Who's up?
asking. Yeah, where it is. Let's see. What do I have next? I'm going to put Skull. I'm going to go ahead and throw Skull King in there because that is the 5th one on my list. So Skull King, same thing. Sovereignty. I love that you can pick your options. I love that you can talk smack over the in-game chat. It's you guys did a fantastic job of taking 2 great Grandpa Beck games and putting them on Sovereignty. If you've
So
never
good.
played Skull King, jump on Sovereignty. Get that app and play some Skull King tonight with someone you love and eventually want to hate. So,
But also have a lot of stories about your
Eventually,
gameplay that you'll just randomly talk about.
Eventually
one
wanna hate.
time.
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
My number 4 is again, it kind of sits with like Ticket to Ride as a game. I played this app a ton, and we used to play it. We played a lot more during the pandemic, but it replaced the board game. I got the game over here with all the expansions. Haven't played it for years, but I will play Small World app if you get it out, because
interesting.
again,
Okay,
it plays all of the it takes and adds things so easy. You know, I'm going to beat this area, throws the tiles on, takes the tiles off. Like it's quick,
Yeah.
it's easy. It's less of that fiddly nature like Bob was talking about. Like I love it. It's been a while since I played
that's
it,
cool.
but it's a solid implementation of that game.
Nice,
Cool.
very cool. Last one, Danny.
All right. Zillow? No. Just kidding.
Zillow app.
Zillow app, even though you're not looking for a house? Yeah.
Just scrolling.
No, I'm going to go with Mouse Cheese Cat Cucumber from Sovereignty.
Love that game.
There's so much awesomeness to that game of like tile twisting, characters moving, and it really helps you like guide you through that. You learn as you go.
Yes.
It's such a good game and so much. It's very thinky, and I
It
really
is.
like thinky games because I like
Yes.
to. I don't know. I like that challenge, and so I like playing it online. It takes care of all those things for me, like twisting tiles and moving characters. Reminds me like of the rules. Like, oh wait, I can't move this character. So that's my number 5.
That's cool.
Solid
Yep,
choice.
that was one of my top 10 games last year. It's fantastic.
It was. Yeah.
And then
We're
my
playing
last
it
one's
tomorrow at game night if you want to try it.
it's Tuesday. I can't do Tuesdays. So my next game is Evolution on the Switch. So we actually were given this on to try out. I don't know what the studio was who made it, but we got a download code for Evolution on the Switch. I've never played Evolution, the board game, but it is very, very well done. Like it's so interesting how they repurpose the screen on a platform or whatever, whether it's an iPad or phone or whatever, and make it usable for all these different pieces of information and where the cards are sitting and where you're doing battle. And Evolution does a really good job of walking you through it, and it even has a campaign, which is really, really good. Yep.
Cool.
So
love it.
Yeah. Mouse cheese cat.
Mouse cheese cat cucumber.
It's perfect.
Such a good card game. So good.
Oh, love the emojis.
It's bad when those emojis will like pop up. Like if I do one of them, they'll like come suggested.
It's automatic,
yeah. And same with the name. If I type the words mouse cheese, it'll suggest cat cucumber.
It's like we know what you're trying to do.
Isaac, for me, my last one is the game that I probably play the most consistently. That's a board game that's on my phone. I cannot tell you last time I played the physical version of this, but I will play Star Realms with you all day, any day. We recently got back into this even harder. I have one guy, my buddy Hank, and I have had a game going back and forth for years. and not the same game. We started a new
Yeah.
one
It's
when
like,
somebody
this
wins
is
or
a long
loses.
game.
Sorry, we've had a challenge back and forth.
Okay.
But recently with Derek getting the job over there at
Mhm.
Wise Wizard, he wanted to kind of learn the game, and we are putting him through the gauntlet on
Nice.
that game. I love it. It's the ease of card comes out, pick the card, adds up your score, highlights the ones you want,
Yeah.
boom, done. Right, 10-second
Yeah.
turn, on to the next one. Right, like it's everything that I want that game to be, from a speed, ease, and my pocket play, and still be able to play people I know. Right, which is the
Yeah.
fun part. Be able to trash talk them when you beat them. So
That's really cool. That's awesome. So very cool. So let's one last thing. Let's talk about what have you been playing. So what have you been playing, Danny?
Can you guess what game I've been playing?
Oh,
yeah.
What is it? What's
Planet
your
Unknown.
guess?
I'm gonna guess
Oh,
Planet Unknown.
Good job.
There
You
we
have the
go.
physical copy?
I okay, so we go to like a local kombucha place, my husband and I, pretty much like every weekend. And we
Mhm.
usually bring small games because the tables aren't like, they're decent size, but they're not like huge. And I was like, so I just don't want to be like that person that comes and like spreads out of it. And as soon as we got Planet Unknown, I was like, I don't care. I'm bringing this game. And
Yeah.
it fits fine. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a two-player
yeah.
game. It fits fine, but and they don't care. They know us well enough. Now, it's not like a board game like place, but we always
We're
bring
gonna
one. And
take
they're like,
over
"What
a
game do you
corner
have
of
today?" They're like, "I'm like, we got this new one. It's like massive. We have Planet Unknown." They're like, "Oh,
That's
yeah."
awesome.
So
the
I
way
play
that
now a
that
lot. Love it.
Lazy Susan, the way that that Lazy Susan thing works is so cool. So it's
Yeah.
really cool.
It's a
I'm
cool
excited.
mechanic. It speeds up the
Yeah.
gameplay too. I mean, like if
Yeah.
everyone's like drafting at the same time, there's not a lot of wait time. So
Yep. So
or analysis paralysis because you got two options.
Yep.
Pick one of the two options.
that's all you got. So
And you're
it's
moving
nice.
on.
So
Pick and go.
yep.
Yep, that's kind of what I've been playing. That and Sagrada is kind of my more recent game.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We've been playing. I don't have it out here, but we've been playing a lot of Raw. So I introduced my teenagers to Raw, and I was very surprised. Bidding games are hit or miss with my family. I think that there are certain ones that they really enjoy, and then there's others that they're just like, I don't know, I don't like this one. But
Yeah.
Emily loved Raw and had a really good time. Her and her boyfriend were totally on board, loved it, and they were like, "Can we play more Raw?" I was like, "Yeah." So we've been playing Raw, and then of course we're going to be checking out the new Unmatched set tomorrow. So hopefully afternoon. So,
Exciting.
yep.
Those bugs flying around you are so
I know.
huge. They look like they're like the size of your
I'm like,
face.
so because I'm sitting in a dark backyard and I've got all this light around me, they are
Oh my
attaching themselves to that light right there, and they are flying all over my screen. It's a little
Oh my
frightening
God.
because they are bigger than
Ooh.
I remember
I
them
love
being
it.
last time I was
That's
out
why
here.
I like to
So-
be in the
gosh.
north, not where bugs die like they're supposed to
Oh,
in the winter.
jeez. Yeah. What is
Don't
this?
have
But I
It's
don't
tangents.
even
also
know what.
too cold to be outside.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
even
it's
know
like
what
50
what
here.
kind of bug is that. Okay.
All right,
Yeah, you're
here's
gonna
what I'm
have to
playing.
be
I'll
quick
do it
with this
quick.
one.
Yeah, I got
Lord,
it.
what is that?
So I'm playing this
Oh,
mamma
yeah.
jamma, Wonderland's War. So much fun. I have a retail copy. I'm gonna be fighting to get a deluxe copy. They'll be releasing some on their store, a few that they have
Okay.
left from the Kickstarter version. But it's so much fun. I love bag building. I love some punchy in the face skirmish kind of game play again with the right group, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
our Thursday night game group we have has just had a blast drawing. I just need two. Nope, I drew madness and I'm dead. Like I love that push your luck
Yeah.
aspect to Wonderland's War. It's a blast. And the other one I have been playing a little bit of,
Mhm.
Bob's obsessed with. I think you've been playing it a little bit. Anno 1800.
So I actually was supposed to play that on Sunday and didn't get to. So ran out of time. So
Video game turned into a
I'll play
board
it this
game.
week.
So this was
Really?
a digital
I
game.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
this
didn't
was
know
a
that.
digital game turned into a board game. This is the new Martin Wallace game, right? So if you
Yep.
enjoy anything he's done in the past, this is
I hear it's one of his best.
I love it, and I think I like this a little bit more than any of the other ones of his I've played. And
Cool.
Tiles aplenty. It's a blast. It's a solid game.
Nice, nice.
Cool.
Very cool. Well, we're going to leave you with this tonight. Sovereignty. Go over to sovereignty.com. Head over there. Download the app for your device of choice. You got a cell phone. You got a tablet. You got a PC. Whatever
BlackBerry
it is. BlackBerry. So
We're not going to work on BlackBerry. If you have an Amazon tablet
device, yeah. What's the
Like
code
a
again,
fire.
Danny? For our
It is
watchers?
Game Chat.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Drop
use the code Game Chat. So once you download it, you're going to be able to go into, I believe it's in the settings where you set up your avatar and stuff. There's a code that you can put in.
Your profile is going to be
in your profile. So type in chat, you'll get 60 days of unlimited gaming goodness.
Yeah.
So.
And what I like to tell people, I'm like, it's seriously free. Not like, oh, redeem your credit card, then it's free. No, it's seriously
it's free.
Try out. Once it's done, it'll expire. There's no charge.
And what I love is
there's
like
still fun games to play.
Yeah, there's still games each month that you put up there that are like, hey, even if you don't have this pass, you can still play these. So, what about you, Isaac? Where people find
you can find us on all of the socials: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, not MySpace, TikTok, on our Facebook group. You can find me on Sovereignty. If you get in there, you join and make an account. It's Isaac Gaming with Sidekicks. So you can find all of our teams in there. I believe they should be. Hopefully they did it. But you can definitely go in there, search me out, invite me for a friend. I have a friend notification to play a game. I'd be happy to get on and get some games going with you. So
absolutely. You can find me on Sovereignty, Ryan Gutowski One Board Family. So look me up. Bob and Aaron are in there. Rick's in there. So jump in there, play some games with us. And you can find us at oneboardfamily.com and at One Board Family all over the interwebs. If you want to see an unboxing of this brand new Jurassic Park Unmatched game that actually showed up today, check it out. youtube.com/oneboardfamily. And then you can find coverage for Raw, which will hit GameFound on the 3rd, May 3rd. You can find your preview, Isaac's preview, on Gaming with Sidekicks, and you can find my preview tomorrow morning at One Board Family. So
awesome.
All right. That'll do it. Thank you,
Danny.
so
Thanks
much
for joining us.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It was really fun. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you
a
to
good
the
night.
bugs for joining us tonight.
Man, these bugs are everywhere,
Thank you
dude.
to the bugs. Thank you to the person on the motorcycle. Well,
if you hear me scream,
maybe Aaron in the background.
All right. Bye.
Have a good night, folks.